Dear ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kaur. I work for Estonian Technical Regulatory Authority, and I is responsible for building control on the state level. This topic is a little bit broader as my responsibilities, but of course I know Estonian building policies, and this so short time, and I will do my best. Okay. Firstly, I have to start from past, and we have big legacy from Soviet Union. We have a lot of housing which built up in Soviet Union time, and at the moment I think the lifetime is over, and it's physically problems. Sometimes balconies fell down, electrical systems, ventilation, bad indoor climate. We meet with mold, and I think it's the most difficult problem. And if I count new owners, demolish also walls, also apartment, inside apartment, and I think it's the biggest problem in Estonia. And how we cope with it? It's the most difficult question, because we meet with different organizational problems. First problem, practically all documentation missing or incomplete. Yes, we find some modest schemes from archive, but any explanation, and practically missing information about renovation or maintenance information. And we have missing also knowledge, because old engineering generation, they have already retired or unfortunately passed away. But they made very good work, very thankful work. And I think they maintain it very well way, these houses. And new engineering generation, they offer simply solutions, but it's difficult to fulfill. Demolish these houses, it's very difficult to do. And or dramatical renovation works, but it's not cost benefit for people, because people who live these houses, this normal average Estonian people who get average salary, and they are quite old also. It's and here is not help normal building control task. We can't fulfill this goal with penalties, for example, or administrative measures. And only possibility to do explanation work, to inform owners, and create some kind of motivation system. And Estonian state has established some kind of financial fund. We call it in Estonian Kajak, approximately 15 years ago, and they have mainly two tasks. Firstly, consult owners, and secondly, they give real money for renovation. And maximum sum from renovation, approximately 35%, but 15 or 25, and it depends on situation. Second thing or aspect, our accident statistic. My authority, both Tallinn Technical University, we investigate our accidents data during the last 50 years. And we discovered 27 accident or incident and 10 people killed. And I point out only main conclusions. Of course, it's not a surprise, but most problematic stage is construction process, because builders do mistakes, and sometimes it's fatal mistakes. And most dangerous accident normally happen during construction process or immediately after building ready to use. It's not surprise, but it's in Estonia at least fact. And I am not there. It's characterized maybe time before real estate crisis, where Estonia believes investments and investments to real estate. And this belief was so big, and they handled it. It's like some kind of constitutional rights to do on property what they want, and it's not state questions or state business. And unfortunately, some inspectors thought also that. Building control in Estonia. I have limited time, and I emphasize only main aspect. When we made a new building code, we made 7 years, and we researched different practices from outside, and the main Estonian aspect, building control is more owner task, and it's construction company task. Of course, it's local government's control task and state supervision's task, but construction companies, designers and owners, they have to be some kind of self-control system, quality system. They have an agreement with competent persons, and and every construction site have to be at least 2 site inspectors. One works under a construction company, and second works under owners. And owner site inspector are independent, and they have more tasks and more rights also. And local governments, after I think maximum accident affected Estonian building control system also very seriously. And Estonian building code were in parliament when happened accident, and immediately and very easy to do improvements. and for example, local governments is obligatory to demand public houses design project expertise from independent expert, and when building is ready to use, and of course they can demand also independent expertise, and all expertise cost pay applicant or building company or owner. Also, I can't very detailed way which are our principles, but I can. It's important when we made Estonian building code, we found it. We have to point it out some simplification, and the simple places leading it's important. And a good example came from environmental legislation. All news, prevention principles or polluter-based principles or available best techniques principles, and it works very good, and here is also. What is our? It's objectives. First, and the most important thing, enabling affordable, energy efficient and good quality housing for the Estonian people. I purposely don't mention before energy efficient because we have a special energy efficient strategy. And Estonia spends a lot of energy. I think we are the top in Europe. And it's important thing. And for example, by 2021, all buildings have to be according to at least zero buildings. Second thing, knowledge-based. We have to cooperate with universities. It's very, very important. And we have to, and for example, my authority, we have some amount of money to do expertise. And we practically always prefer universities. Secondly, very important to use new technologies like BIM, like learn construction, virtual reality, 3D printing. It's important if state show good example. And Estonian state is the biggest developer, and practically all public buildings design or construct or after maintain in BIM. And the last object, last building was Estonian National Museum, and they save 20% from all cost. And what is more? We expect from building policies some kind of additional value. It's not only houses. We create new environment. It's important our people well-being. It's affected our health. It's economical growth, and we have to grow our tourism also. And in conclusion, what is important? I have talked about aging housing, penalties, responsibilities, and my personal opinion important is fair building culture. What does it mean? It means construction companies pay taxes to the state. For example, we Estonia changed our tax legislation 2 years ago, and taxes increase 42%. Secondly, we expect main construction pay money to subcontractors, and subcontractors is part of main construction quality system. And of course, fair building culture, we expect more public institution also. Good public administration, zero bureaucracy, and zero corruption. Second, smart client concept. It means, I think in Estonia, very good building engineering. I think in Latvia also very good building engineering. But big problem, how I say it politely, not very smart clients or owners. They just they think they go to the food shop and buy some milk, and they order design project, and when starting construction projects, they discovered, yes, it's my house, and I have a lot of ideas, and they have to change designs and constructions, and practically it's possible to do good constructions and good building control. And it's important to get information and educate clients also. because clients to do maybe the most important financial decision in their life. And it's important to analyze what they do. State must show a positive example. Yes. Estonian state is biggest developer in Estonia. And important to be innovative. In Estonia, one real estate company to state procurement, and at the moment practically missing court cases. And if we build some school, some different state buildings, it's important to do something additional value. Important to be flexible and cooperative, mutual trust and keeping one's word. Thank you. I apologize my poor English and thank you.
Thank you very much.